Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my friends? Happy Wednesday evening. Ross Alex here. Thanks for joining me live on the broadcast. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for deciding to stop by. My name's Ross Alex, and for those of you that are brand new here to the streams, I'm a full-time real estate entrepreneur out of Houston, Texas. I've been investing in real estate since 2014. It's been quite the journey, quite the ride, and I go live from time to time to share tips, tricks, and as much value as I possibly can. So make sure that if you're joining in right now, you hit the thumbs up button. Let me know that you're here because we're going to be talking tonight for a little bit about what to do when you have multiple offers on one of your flips. Okay? Multiple offers on one of your fix and flips, right? Where you buy a property, you renovate it, you put it up on the market, right? Fingers crossed, you can't wait to get an offer, and you not only get one offer, but you get maybe two offers, three offers, four offers, or maybe even five offers, right? Anything can happen, especially if you have a kick-ass product in a kick-ass market, okay? So I'm going to let a few people hop in here. Say what's up. It's good to see some familiar names. I see Locke, Jeremy, Marshall. Say what's happening. So the reason why I wanted to cover this topic is because I'm currently in a multiple offer situation right now, and it got me thinking, right? I've been here so many times in this situation where I have two or three offers in front of me and they all come in within 24 hours of each other, and it's like, man, what do I do, right? Well, first off, it's a really good problem to have, right? If you even want to call it a problem, it's a really good challenge to have, right? Deciding which offer you want to accept. But there's a few things here that you have to take into consideration. So I'll share with you exactly what it is that I'm dealing with, and I'll share some insight on how you can handle this when you get there. Now, by the way, for anybody out there who has not fixed and flipped their first single family real estate deal yet, and you've been talking about it, you've been thinking about it, but you haven't done it yet, I want you to inbox me because I have something for you that I know will be super, super useful for you to apply it into your business. What's up, Brian? What's up, Keith? What's up, Alma? What's happening? Okay, so the other day, I told my Facebook community, my network here, and also over on Instagram, that I went live with one of my brand new flips down in Deer Park, Texas. Okay, now I'm going to show you this house. A lot of you have already seen it, but I'm going to show you what this house looks like. We talked about it, right? There was that chemical fire not far. This is the product. We got the nice backsplash here, the quartz countertops, right? The stainless steel appliances, custom cabinets crafted out by my carpenter. We got the master bathroom. Look at the beautiful stand-up shower. We actually we built this. There was no master shower there. We put that up. Gray carpet, gray tones throughout the property. And what's selling this house, my friends, is not just the awesome interior, but the massive backyard. Okay, look at how big this backyard. And in the back, you have these huge monster trees, right? Look at these trees. All right, people walk into a property like this and they can already vision the summertime barbecues, right? The beautiful Texas weather, the kids play set, everybody's having a good time, and it's really close to a lot of oil refineries, which is where a lot of people in this area are employed. So it just so happens that one of the offers I have on this deal, look at this palm tree. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at this deal, man. Come on. So I didn't put the before pictures up, but I will do that. So it just happens that the buyers on this deal actually work at one of the plants like right down the way. So, but anyway, so here's the situation. We have a cash offer on this deal. It actually came in this morning, which is insane because the property's listed for 195, okay? And a cash offer came in for 185, okay? So they're willing to pay $185,000 cash money, $100 bills for this deal, okay? Which is awesome, right? Which is awesome. The second offer that we have on the table is actually an above asking price offer. I said the house was listed for 195. Their offer came in for 200, okay? And they're not asking for any seller contributions. Now, the cash offer is looking to close next week. The financing offer, the above asking price offer, they're looking to close towards the end of April, okay, which is typical whenever you're selling a property via financing, whether it be FHA or conventional. There's going to be a 30-day gap, right, from signing the offer, accepting the contract, until close, right? And during that period, you're going to have your inspections, your appraisals, right? The bank is going to underwrite the loan and so on and so forth. And then you go to closing, okay? So what do I do, right? What do I do? Do I just close my eyes and say, I picked this one or I picked that one, right? Or am I going to put some thought into this and actually weigh the pros and the cons of each one? Now, it's not typical, Morty, what's happening, Paulette, what's happening. Guys, as you're coming in here, make sure that you like the stream. You like the video right there below. You see it on your screen? You see that thumbs up? You see it? I know you see it. Hit that thumbs up button for me because it'll help the video perform a lot better. So what do I do here, right? What do I do here? Well, I need to put some thought into this. I need to analyze each offer, right? And make my decision. Because whenever an offer comes in, keep in mind that buyer, okay, that buyer is not just looking at your property, okay? When people are shopping for houses, they're typically making multiple offers and seeing multiple properties. So it's not just yours. So if you wait too long, they may have already found another house. So you want to make sure that your agent is is communicating with them and saying, hey, this is what the seller's doing. They're going to be accepting an offer within the next 48 hours or 72 hours, whatever it may be, right? But I need to take a look at a few different things, okay? Number one is the closing date, okay? The closing date. With these fix and flip properties, remember, you're going to have holding costs, okay? Because you're either going to be raising private capital or you're going to be using hard money. So you're going to have holding costs. Each and every single day, your holding costs are going to accumulate, right? Every single day. We may say, hey, it's this amount per month, but it's calculated by the day, right? So you have to take that into account, okay? 2 weeks of holding costs, depending on the price of your loan, may be an extra $500, right? Maybe $1,000. So you definitely want to calculate that, especially, on the private money side. I should say this is on the private money side. You definitely want to take that into account, okay? So the closing date, how fast are the buyers willing to close? When can this deal get closed, all right? The faster, the better, okay? Now, number two, what I look at is the type of financing that the buyer is going to be using, okay? 3 types of financing that I'll point out is what's going to be number one, FHA financing, which is going to be the typical financing option for people in like the sub 250K market down in Texas. You can look up what the FHA thresholds are in your area, but most people are using FHA loans because they have to put less down at closing, right? And it only makes sense, right? So a lot of people are using these FHA loans. We see it all the time. Next, you have conventional financing, right? Conventional financing. And then the third would be cash, which is a little bit more rare, but it does happen. Out of the 100 deals the 100 houses I fixed and flipped, I've only sold one house for cash. I sold it for $100,000. A lady offered $100K cash same day I put it up on the market, and I said, "Hell yeah!" Because that's what I was asking. I was asking 100, and she came with $100K cash. It was a unicorn opportunity. You don't see that type of opportunity like that. Um, so, I want to look at those financing options. Okay, what are they using? All right. Now, number 3, I want to know if the buyer is requesting any type of seller contribution. Okay, and a lot of people don't talk about this, at least from the content that I see out here on the internet. And it needs to be talked about more. If you want to flip houses, you need to know what a seller contribution is, because you're definitely going to see it. Okay, especially with FHA buyers. And what a seller contribution is, it's money that your buyer or the potential buyer is requesting you credit them at closing. Okay, so for example, let's say that my house is listed for $100,000 and an offer comes in for $100,000 with a $5,000 seller contribution. That means that I'm giving up $5,000. So essentially, I'm selling that house for $95,000 because I'm giving the buyer $5,000 to close, right? They need help closing the deal, right? And that could cover their down payment or, whatever it may be. So you definitely want to take a look at that seller contribution if there is one. Now, on the cash offer that I have right now, the buyer is requesting a seller contribution. They want $3,000. Now, of course, I can counter them. I don't have to accept that. You don't have to accept that. I can counter that. But a lot of times buyers don't have a choice. It's either take the deal or not, especially if they're using FHA financing. They don't have the cash to bring to closing. So it's either, if you want to close a deal with them, you have to give them the contribution. If not, you just go out there and find a new buyer. Right? So, with that being said, contribution is definitely something you want to take a look at. So the cash offer that I have right now at 185, I'd really be selling the property for 182. Okay? So remember, I'm listed right now for 195. Okay? So that's $13,000. That's a $13,000 reduction or less money that I'm going to make, profit. It's going to eat into my profits because I'm selling for $13,000 less. Okay? So even though it's cash, they still want a contribution. All right? So definitely take a look at that. Now the next thing that I like to take a look at when I have multiple offers is who is pre-approving the buyer, right? Is it a reputable lender? Do I know who the lender is? Is it somebody is a company that I've heard about before, right? So in this case, I look for Wells Fargo, I look for Popular Credit Unions. There's so many different lending companies out there, but it's good to know who is pre-approving this buyer, right? What's up, James? What's up, Jennifer, Eloy? What's happening? Guys, do me a solid. As you're coming in, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me. And that'll help me out a lot, help the video out, and let me know that you're here with me. We're talking about multiple offers, right? What to do when you get multiple offers in on a deal, which is what I'm going through right now. And, okay, so the next thing, right, after I see who the lender is, okay, typically a buyer, okay, an agent will have their buyer submit some sort of cover letter, right, some sort of introduction. And in this introduction, they usually state, why they want the house, kind of what they've been looking for, why they're making an offer on the house. And this is important for the seller because when you're a seller and you have multiple offers, a lot of sellers have that, like, they have a heart, right? Like, they read a message and they're like, oh man, these people, they just found their dream house. I want to sell to them. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about real estate and why I even fix and flip real estate in the first place. Not just to make money, of course, that's important, but also because of the value that you're providing to the community, right? And I talk about this all the time, the value that you're providing to somebody. So in one of the offers I got, I'm not going to say which one it is, but they were saying, hey, look, we've been looking for houses for, a while now. We found this one. The backyard is great for our family. It's close to work. And the interior, we fell in love with it. And then the agent said, my clients are willing to do whatever it takes to get this house. Okay, whatever it takes. And that's why they came in over asking, because they know that this property is value packed. They know that there's going to be multiple offers on this property. Okay, mind you, I listed this house just a few days ago, and I'm already going to be entering into some sort of bidding war. All right, so you definitely want to take a look at that cover letter, right? Who are you selling to? Just like you would if you were tenant occupying a rental, right? Your tenants are most likely, if they're going to an agent, they're going to submit some sort of letter, right? What's their story? Why do they want to live in your property? What are they about? So same thing. Okay. Now, the last thing that I like to take a look at is which offer makes the most sense, right? Which offer makes the most sense? Now, of course, Ralph, what's up, buddy? What's happening, Ralph? My man Ralph is in the building. What up? Morty says, and who is more likely to close? How much down payment do they have? Yeah. So obviously with the cash offer, there's really no down payment, but I would definitely require some sort of deposit. With the financing offer, there is a down payment involved, but that down payment is going to the bank, right? Doesn't go to me. So, but yeah, definitely, take a look at the down payment and the terms of their loan, right? So the next thing, like I said, is which offer makes more sense. Okay. Now, of course, at the end of the day, we're in this business to make money. Okay. Never let anybody tell you that they're in business to not make money. Okay. That's just ridiculous. People that are in business to make money, and that's important. It's okay to admit that and say, hey, I do this because I'm here to make money. I'm here to make stacks. That's why I'm hustling so hard. That's why I'm making myself uncomfortable and doing things that I don't want to do, because I want those big results, right? And yes, I'm in business to make money as well. I take big risk, and that leads to big reward, right? So with that being said, okay, the question comes down to your personal preference and your risk tolerance, okay? Would you want to sell a property for $10K less, but 2 weeks sooner? Or would you want to sell a property for $10K more, but have to wait an additional 2 to 3 weeks for it to close, right? Depending on, in this situation, it's a cash offer versus a financing offer, right? Keep in mind that a property, just because an offer comes in for $200K or $300K or $400K, right, doesn't necessarily guarantee the loan, right? And I think Brian said, Ross, there is no guarantee the buyer will get financing. Absolutely, because what it comes down to, my friends, is the appraisal. Okay? It comes down to the appraisal, and that's one of the most nail-biting moments in a real estate transaction as the seller, because you need your property to appraise for the sales price. Okay, or the bank is like, no deal, right? No deal. So in this example, if I'm selling for $200K, but the property appraises for $190, okay, if I want to sell to that buyer, I'm gonna have to sell for $190, or I can challenge that appraisal, but I need to have hardcore facts, hardcore data to prove that the property comps out at 200. And that's a nightmare. I've done that before, and it's a nightmare to do that. You got to pay for the appraisal out of pocket. That's $400 to $500, and it's just not fun. Okay, it's not fun. And there's a bunch of like rules and regulations associated with appraisals and whatnot. You can take a look into all of that. Jonatas, what's up, my man? And Sanya, what's happening? I hope I said your name wrong. Austin, what's up? What's up? Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. I hope you're fired up. I hope you're doing great, man. I really do. We're going into the springtime. Weather's getting warmer. And you know what they say about the springtime, man. The big money is made during the springtime. Big money is made during the spring. So make sure you're hustling, okay? That's when people are buying houses. Springtime. So, you know, like I was saying, the appraisal, you know, your sales price is contingent upon the property appraising. Okay? So take that into account as well. Now, another thing. Now, you won't find out about this until after you accept the offer. But I want to let you know this because this is really, really important, man. It's really, really important when you're selling property. When you accept an offer on a property, right, your buyer is going to do a few things, right? There's like a whole sequence of steps that happens. The inspection, the appraisal, right? So your buyer is going to hire an inspector, and the inspector is going to come out to the property, and they're going to do a full-on report of that property, okay? Every little nook and cranny of that house is going to get inspected, and the inspector is going to generate a report, and they're going to tell your buyer all the flaws in that report with the property. And your buyer's going to take a look at that. And look, I'll be honest with you. I don't care how many houses you flipped. Every investor is going to get surprises during the inspection report. Okay? Every investor. You're going to find out things that you didn't even know were wrong with the property that you just renovated. It looks beautiful, but there's still some things that the property still has some flaws that you don't know about, right? And your buyer, is more than likely going to put a list together of things that they want you to do before closing. Okay, these are going to be categorized as your additional repairs. Now, you can negotiate this. Just because they say, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that, doesn't mean that you have to do it. You can negotiate that. But if the inspector in the inspection report says, hey, this is a big issue, more than likely your buyer, okay, especially when it comes to like code, right, property code and things being, up to code for safety reasons, your buyer is going to want those things done. So that also comes out, if you do those, if you have to do a large list of things, that's going to come out of your profit. For example, I've had to do things such as, duct work and leaks that I didn't know about, and GFCI things in the kitchen and the wet areas that I didn't know about during reno. So it happens, right? It happens. Yeah, been there, done that, says James. Yeah, James knows what I'm talking about. So always take that into account, right? Just because, and that's why the saying is, a deal's not done until the money's in the account. Because even if you accept an offer for $200K, don't go spending writing your checks just yet, because a lot can happen in that waiting period, right? A lot can happen in that waiting period. And, another thing is to take into account that deals fall out of contract all the time, right? Deals fall apart all the time. Buyers can back out, things fall apart, things happen, okay? So you want to take that into account as well. So during the process, once you do accept the offer, you want to make sure that everybody's kind of staying on top of their game, and, the wheels are turning. And that's where, having a rock star realtor on your team really comes into play, because they're going to make sure that everybody's doing their job, right? They're going to relay the news to you. Hey, this is good. The inspection just happened. This is good. So on and so forth. Did you ever have a major item come up from the inspection? Yeah, definitely. And major meaning, typically on any reno, okay, I always address the big ticket items first, right? And I do this during my due diligence period, as you should as well. For example, your HVAC system, that's a big ticket item, right? Couple grand right there. Your electrical system, your plumbing cost an arm and a freaking leg. If I could do it over again, I'd probably be a plumber, to be honest with you, because plumbers make damn bank, right? So that's a big ticket expense. And then you got your roof. That's a big ticket expense. I would not be a roofer in Texas, man. I give roofers so much damn credit because they work in 105-degree temperatures, right, out there exposed to the sun. But roof is a big ticket, right? And then you also have your foundation, which down in Southeast Texas, any property you buy is going to have some type of foundation issue. It just comes with it. Like not all the time, but like 9 times out of 10, if you're buying properties, I can't speak for the west side, but I'll speak for the east side of town. You're going to have foundation issues, and foundation is a big ticket expense too. That's going to cost you a couple $1,000s as well, depending on the severity of the slope, and also the size of the property. So I usually get that stuff out of the way in the beginning. I already know. But as far as like things that come up, I mean, like I've had decking issues, electrical issues, things that weren't up to code where I'd have to go in and do those, make those repairs. Typically I haven't had to spend more than, let's say, I give you a ballpark, 2 to 3K in additional repairs. But what does that mean? Okay. Don't think, hey, it's just 2K, 3K. What does that mean? That's the difference between 27K in profit and 30K in profit, right? That's a pretty big difference. Diana, just refresh the stream. Brenna, what's up, Brenna? Can I get a confirmation that you guys can hear me? Yes. Loud and clear, says my man Jeff. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on a mask here. What do you guys think of this one here? Too much noise. So, that was pretty scary. All right, we'll go with the pineapples. So anyway, so with that being said, my friends, look, multiple offers, definitely a good problem to have, but make sure that you're really weighing the pros and the cons of each one, and you're being strategic and calculated before you go ahead and say, yes, I accept. Now, just know that when you do accept an offer, okay, the property is no longer going to be marketed to other buyers unless you are your agent and you have decided to mark the property as pending, continue to show to other buyers, which I wouldn't do, simply because if I'm making an offer on a property and now you're continuing to show it to other people, that's going to make me feel very uneasy about the transaction. But, you have to wear one next week. Hey, by the way, I hope to see everybody in Houston April 3rd, but we're doing a huge real estate mastermind, powwow, big networking event. And I'm having my buddy Quentin Flores come out. Sonny Kim's coming out. We have a DJ. We have food. We have drinks. It's free to attend, and we're expecting about 600 to 700 people in the room with us live at the event. So let me know. If you're not in Houston, Texas, honestly, if you have the ability to fly down to Houston, I would fly down to Houston. And if you're in San Antonio, Dallas, El Paso, anywhere else in Texas or Louisiana, and you're in driving distance, I would definitely Get a hotel room, get in the car, and drive over to Houston. I've been talking to people that are driving down from Dallas, driving over from San Antonio. I would not miss this event. And if you're in Houston, you have no excuse, okay, but to be at this event. It's probably going to be one of the most value-packed events that you'll ever see on the market. And I say that because not just because it's our event and I'm hosting it, but because the people that are speaking have made a lot of money and gotten a lot of results in real estate. And they're going to be sharing their strategies and their methods with the audience, which is something that they would typically charge hundreds or thousands of dollars for that same information, right? For example, Sonny Kim has spoken in front of, tens of thousands of people before. This guy has amazing results. So anyways, April 3rd, definitely can't wait to see you there. And look, I hope this helped you. I hope this, got you some more clarity. It got you fired up to go out there and get these good problems to have. If you did enjoy this live stream, okay, I'm going to be streaming a lot more now. I've been on Instagram a lot lately, so make sure we're connected over there. Ross Alex Flips on Instagram. I've been on LinkedIn. I've been on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and keep checking back here on my book so that you can get notified when I go live. Now, if you enjoyed this stream at all, even if I said one thing that you enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up button, okay? The thumbs up button helps the video do better, all right? Facebook's algorithm, and I want you to use this on your social medias as well. When a post has more likes and more comments, Facebook's algorithm picks it up as relevant content that people are engaging, and they show it to more people. So you get larger reach. So if your posts aren't getting a lot of likes and comments, it's not because your content isn't good. It's because nobody's seeing it. So always encourage people to hit the thumbs up button because it helps your stuff perform a lot better. All right, guys, with that being said, my name is Ross Alex. Thanks so much for tuning in to the live stream. Go out there, make it great, make tomorrow great, make the rest of the week great. As always, stay fired up, and I'll see you in the next live stream. What's your YouTube channel? Ross Alex Real Estate. Type in Ross Alex Real Estate. You should see my videos come up. Thanks, Janie. Great content tonight, man. This is why I started following you in the first place. Jeff, really appreciate you, buddy. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.